is how this will be unwound again and the universe will be released later on. So the one verse which I have quoted describes the process of matter falling upon that black hole and ultimately being wound up. It says, كَطَيِّ السَّجِلِّ لِلْكُتُبِ يَوْمَ نَطْوِي السَّمَاءِ, the day when we shall wrap up the entire universe, كَطَيِّ السِّجِلِّ لِلْكُتُبِ, like the rolling of a scroll by a scribe. In old days, the books were of a different form. They were scribed, written on rolls, scrolls. And whenever the scrolls were unrolled, people would read those books, and after that the scribe would roll them like this. So the Holy Quran says this process of disappearance of universe would be very similar to the process of rolling of a scribe of his roll, of his scroll. Now, the latest researches and computerized programs about what can possibly happen to the matter when it is traveling at the speed of light towards a black hole has been transformed into figurative language, and also color descriptions have been produced in the scientific magazines, and one is wonderstruck that it's exactly the same process as described by the Holy Quran. The scientists have mathematically proved it, that the matter which falls, it can never fall to the black hole in the form of a beam. When it gains speed, it spreads out and becomes a sheet. Invariably, without fail, it has to happen that the surrounding matter, when it falls, when it approaches the speed of light and also approaches the vicinity of that black hole, it is turned into a sheet. And because the black hole is revolving on itself, so the sheet is wound round that black hole like كَطَيِّ السَّجِلِّ لِلْكُتُبِ. Fantastic how the Holy Quran 1400 years ago described this phenomena. How it would be unrolled again, this is a problem which is facing the scientists and for which they so far have not been able to give an answer. Because mathematically, it appears to be impossible that overwhelming power which has engulfed the entire universe and swallowed it without even belching, it has got so deeply concentrated that it does not permit the light to be released, no sound can release, no other visible expression of nature is remitted from there. This is why it is called black hole. So the greater the mass of that black hole, the small it works out, simply speaking, so the smaller the black hole would be ultimately because of increasing power. And more invisible it would become, and yet it would be much more powerful. So if it has gathered the whole universe around it, how would it ultimately release? What power would make it release? How can it happen? The Holy Quran tells us that in the last part of this verse, كَمَا بَدَانَا أَوَّلَ خَلْقٍ نُعِيدُهُ. If you want to know whether the whole universe, the Sama, has disappeared entirely for good or it will return to the form of existence as known to us, you should remember that we go on repeating the same thing over and over again. Like we created for the first time, we will repeat the same process again. So don't lose hope of the remote future existence. Don't think that once the black hole has eaten up everything, it would never release that energy again. Allah says, it was I who created and I have the power to recreate. And I have been doing it from the times immemorial. So like I created for the first time this whole universe which you see, even if it has disappeared, I will recreate it. That further establishes our inference that the process described here is that of the black hole eating up the whole universe. Otherwise, why should Allah promise us that it will be recreated? That means it is disappearing. It is going into nothingness. So from nothingness, Allah would recreate it. The Holy Quran in another place describes that first process of creation. السماوات والارض كانت السماوات والارض رتقا كانت السماوات پہلے کیا ان السماوات یہ بھول گئے اولم یرو ان السماوات والارض یہی ہے رتقا ففتقناہما اگلا کل شیء حی وجعلنا من الماء کل شیء حی افلا یؤمنون اولم یرو ان السماوات والارض کانتا السماوات یا ان السماوات کانتا رتقا اولم یرو ان السماوات والارض کانتا رتقا ففتقناہما وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ أَفَلَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. This is the full verse in which the first process of creation is described. You haven't seen that the earth and the entire heavens at one time were like a tightly sewn up ball which would not release anything. Kanata Ratkan. Ratkan is in Arabic is like a khiddu. In Punjabi people know that khiddu, in which loose clothes, pieces of clothes are tightly sewn, and there is a seam of sewing which would not permit the sewn in commodities to escape. So that is the picture of Ratk. The Holy Quran tells us that there was a tight ball which contained something, which was Ratq, which was so tightly sewn that it would not release whatever it contained. For fataqnahuma, which means that it also contained the heavens and also contained the earth. Everything which was to be earth in relation to heavens was in that ball, and the entire heavens were also in that ball. For fataqnahuma, we ripped that ball open. And when that ball was ripped open by God, the whole process of energy release started suddenly, and that is the Big Bang, as known to the scientists as the first process of creation. They know that in the past there was a Big Bang about 20 billion years ago, when out of nothingness a big explosion took place, and they imagine it was a black hole which burst open. And so rapidly it released energy that at the speed of light the energy started, flying out. And it is still flying out after 20 billion years ago. So the remotest parts of that energy are still running away from us. And we are also running in relation to each other from each other. And this process of expansion is continuing forever and forever. And the Holy Quran also describes that process. وَإِنَّا لَمُوسِعُونَ. پہلا کیا ہے؟ وَالسَّمَاءَ بَنَيْنَاهَا بِأَيْدٍ وَإِنَّا لَمُوسِعُونَ. That we have created with our own hands the heavens. And the process of creation is not which has come to an end. وَإِنَّا لَمُوسِعُونَ. we go on expanding that creation.